You know what? It's crazy how a bag this size only lasts about a week. And I'm about to empty out this thing right now, too. Man, I mean, what is this? Like a 10-pound bag? Maybe it's 8 pounds. Hold on. Let me look. Oh, it's 10 pounds. Basically double the size and double the weight of the 5-pound bags. Go figure. So these little guys out here are going through this thing in less than a week. Basically 2 bags. Man, close enough anyway, you know. Always got to take care of the little ones out here before, the winter time hits. But they like to hang around until, November, December. Then they start coming back in late February, something like that. Anytime it's warm in GA, they're going to be coming out. Besides, they are part of my food budget when it comes to grocery shopping. So I skimp on things for me so I can get things for them. Because that's no joke. I mean, that bag right there costs like $16. You're saying, Da Vinci, come on now, $16 a week? What does that equal out to? Like $80 a month to feed the little ones out here? Well, that's like the balance of life, I don't have any family, I don't have any kids. So basically, they are my kids I have to feed and babysit out here. Well, they're doing fine on their own. They are. I just feed them like crazy. Yeah. Feed the little ones out here. It'd be different if I had my own kids, but who knows? Even if I did have kids of my own that were human, I'd still be feeding them. A lot of cars on the road on this beautiful Sunday. You already know what's about to be going on up in here. Oh, here we go. Yes, no feeling of hate. No feeling of hate. Barely made that one again. Time to get back on this thing. Get back to cleaning. Should have got this thing last night when I passed by it in the dark. Still here, go figure. I was just too tired. What a lame excuse, fellas. No time to make excuses when it comes to cleaning. At least I did pick up a few things next to the garbage can. I know those are still in here too. Yeah. Let's get back to our required duties, shall we? Never noticed this before. Lake sturgeon sighting alert. Cannot be harvested and must be released. Oh, of course, yeah. Unharmed as soon as possible. If hooked deep, cut the line close to the hook and release the fish. You're going to say, Da Vinci, we're surprised you can read that early in the morning. Your help is needed. See, they know what it's like. They know what it's all about when it comes to protecting heaven. And those little fish right there help bring heaven to us by being out here. This might be one of my last times out here. I got a lot of work to do today, try to accomplish what I can before they shut this thing down in mid-September. They only got about another week or two before they do that thing. It's already the last couple days of August. Let me take some sentimental reference pictures real quick. The kayak's at the right angle. And it's a beautiful day. There's 3 bad spots. There's one. I can see the garbage from over here. A lot of white things standing out. There's 2. And way down there is 3. But that one right there is not that bad. But I can still see the styrofoam from way over here. What a mess. If I can get those 3 spots cleaned up today, which is highly doubtful, because of the bags and what it's going to take to get that stuff loaded up, you know? But look at the bright side. It's not like I have to paddle 2.5 miles just to get back, because we're directly across from where we need to be. Back at this thing. Deja vu. 4 days in a row just like this. The clouds are a little different though. That's expected. It's the only thing that changes when it comes to the scenery if you come out 4 days in a row. I mean, not really 4 days in a row, but 2 weekends in a row. 2 days back to back, you know, like back-to-back home runs from the ATL Braves. Back again up in this thing. I got a little dragonfly right here. It's been hitching a ride for the past 9 minutes just about. I guess they're tired just like I am. The arms are tired because they've been flying. Their wings. Just like my arms being tired because I've been paddling, lifting up these 50-pound garbage bags out here. And these are going to be the same too, man. I strained a ligament in my wrist last weekend, lifting all that garbage and then paddling all that way out here. I mean, it just started feeling better on Thursday. You're going to say, what you doing out there again? What do you think? Cleaning heaven. Come on, little guy. I got to get to work. I mean, if you can lift some glass bottles, so be it. Let's get this thing done. But if you just want to chill on my shoe, you know, I mean, how long are you going to be sitting there? I got to get to work. You trying to tell me to relax on this Heavenly Sunday? I bet that's exactly what you're saying. Yeah, I got to get up in these woods too right here. I saw some things I got to be getting. It doesn't look too nice. That's what I'm talking about. Would you look at that? Imagine finding these things hopefully fully intact. Even 380 years from now. Like they do up in the Northeast, you know, Pennsylvania. Bottle hunting. Finding bottles from like the 1600s. 1707. Let's hope these can survive longer, you know. Much longer. Into the future for real. Got a little buffer right here. Start growing. Got a lot of things to protect, you know. Covered up with your roots. Don't squeeze them too hard. Well, you know how strong your grip is. For real. Mother and Father Nature. Crap, almost forgot this thing from yesterday, guys. The little baby shoe. Let's hope this thing is not going to be biodegradable. It would be incredible to find it the same time we find the bottles, Look, the Mickey Mouse ears. Quite a design on this thing. For real though. Little baby creek walking sheep. Little kid creek walking sheep. That would be an incredible discovery. See, that's why I would have been like a good Native American a long time ago. I know you're going to argue. You're going to say, how do you know you weren't? The things that you end up doing. I mean, who knows? What if I was? And what if I wanted to make stashes like this in the past? Stashes or caches? And I know they're still out there, waiting for modern humans to come by and find the past. Museum quality. It's almost like I'm trying to design out here what's supposed to be in the museums in the future, like pre-designing the museums of the future. That is going to weigh a ton for the kayak. I thought about this yesterday when I went home, on my way home, driving home basically, about how to handle this situation right here. It does look trashy, doesn't it? Glass is not litter though. Glass is nature. But it makes the landscape look trashy. That is unless it was buried, right? I thought about leaving them out here, in this little zone right here. When the water's back up and covered up in silt, they'll gradually just completely be covered. Not to be seen for a long time. End up part of the landscape, back where it needs to go, the glass. But I can't do that here. Because of these, right here. It'll clog up their little habitat. The turtles, how they get in here and bury their young. The eggs and all. I bet they would like to have more space out here. Let's go ahead and make more space on this side. For real. I do the strangest things. Let me go ahead and get these things out of here. It is going to weigh a ton for real. But I know they appreciate it. And they're going to notice. This thing weighs like 65 pounds. What the heck do I get myself into? And there's only like 20 bottles in this thing. Well, because most of them you can't get the mud out. I just said screw it, I'm just going to have to deal with it. Be a man. Don't sit there wasting time trying to empty out the mud out of these things. But I got another stash I got to take somewhere. Try to get them things up there the best I can. Try not to toss them, but carry them. All these got designs on them. Extremely important. I mean, I got 2 old school Gatorade bottles, the glass ones, which I won't be taking. How many bottles do I have total here? They have some kind of design on it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9. Yeah. Got a few more to get. This is going to be one wild ride. And I got to make a pit stop to the bank on the side over here to get the leftover garbage. And then what's in the woods up in here. So we still have about another hour to spend in this spot. And nothing wrong with that. As long as we get it clean, right? 6 down. Probably about 10 more to go. Quite the incline. For real though. But I'll tell you one thing. Let's hope this does not happen ever again out here. Just let it live. So you can live. Don't lose your balance. It's easier going uphill than it is going downhill. Glass is not garbage. Glass is nature. Just don't break any of them. Never forget that. Glass is nature, not garbage. Nature is valuable. Leave it in nature's hands where it belongs, and they will make it valuable. For real. Nature is the treasure, the main treasure. And they turn things into treasure that is not yet treasure. Always remember that. Dang. Time to bury another one. Well, we don't have to bury it. It's already kind of buried. And let nature take over. Let's increase the value of these things. Give it a few hundred years. They'll take good care of it with their time out here. Who do you think? Is it Yeshua or Muhammad or one of the others? Let's hope that they approve. Welcome to heaven. Oh, crap. I know it doesn't look that big, but guys, you try lifting a 110-pound bag of glass on top of the back of a kayak. Man, we're going to be riding with the dang, with the front just like elevated up in the sky. Like one of those speedboats, you know, the professional ones. They're going to have us flipping backwards. No matter what, guys, we got to get it out. We got to get it out. But we got to make another pit stop that's going to take like another hour. It's like stopping at a truck stop, you know? Dang. Got to figure out a way to unload this thing with no judgment out here, guys. And we're not about to dump it in the water either. Almost done out here. And something is brewing to the southeast. You can always tell when the bottom is purple. Another one in the books. And that one was a hard one. Let's hope the next one right next door is not going to be this difficult. We're about to find out though. Another big mess. I don't think this one's going to take more than an hour though. A lot of styrofoam once again. Not too much glass at the moment. Just styrofoam and plastic. And a few aluminum cans. It's not like that's going to weigh down the kayak. Not like that thing over there. I don't know if I'll take the tire. Boy. You know how I feel about tires in places like this? It's good and it's bad. Imagine finding that thing 7,000 years from now. And trust me, they will last. It doesn't look too bad. But I'm trying to get an idea about this location. Because technically, if you want to think about it, the one on the other side of the river, this is the exact opposite of where they're sitting over there. What is it about what's behind us? Is there something you want me to find? Oh, great. I'm going to have to get that out. There's another one right there. A dang bucket. You know how much space they take up? I can use that as a garbage pail. I can put some stuff inside of it and then put that in a garbage bag. Something strange about this location, though. And it might have something to do with him. Why is he directly on the other side? Dang, look at that. Beautiful. They want you to clean up heaven. But I think I just made a crazy discovery right up in here. This drop down right here. It's not for drainage. It's not created by the river. It's not. Get a load of this. Directly across from the face of that religious figure, most likely. Oh boy, look at that crap. I was hoping they were trying to lead us to something major, you know. Maybe there's another jar out here with religious stuff in it. Stuff we'd like to collect even though I'm not religious. You know, there could be another jar sitting out here like we found like a year ago. What are they trying to get me to find, though? Probably nothing. They're just over there. There's got to be something over here that's worth collecting. That's weird. Gotta look at everything. What's up with the blue balls? There's another one. That's cool. 3 balls right next to each other, basically. But there's something that I'm standing in. Is that worth to be finding 3,000 years from now? I would say so. Let's toss it up in the woods. That's a good emblem. But this right here is unforgettable. I had no idea that this was here. I thought it was just a drop down in the land due to the waters. Another memento for my travels. Where's she at? Let's save her. Someone needs to be saved. Not over 50 years old. You're going to say, Da Vinci buried that thing. Find it 8,000 years from now. Let me think about it. But this thing right here looks very familiar when it comes to the drop down on the way it's designed out here. It's an old road. An old logging road. At least all the garbage mostly is stuck inside of it. It doesn't look like it's going to get too far up on the hill either. So it's just going to be in this little driving ditch. Looks like someone made it up here though. Or maybe the animals did that. They stood that thing up right there. Look at that. Here I go, wasting time by looking around instead of adding things to the jug. Adding things to the the garbage bag. Well, I guess they just wanted us to find the toy. And get the garbage out of here. I might be surprised though, I might actually find something besides the toy. A toy out of all things out here. Dang, that joke goes way back. I see where the glass is piling in. What a beautiful place. And it's getting even better. Imagine coming out here later, after I'm done out of here. And there's no garbage. Nothing that takes away the feeling of heaven, you know. You look up, it's there. You look down and you see nothing but garbage. And it's no longer here. But a lot of progress made. Still a lot of styrofoam though. Got to look out for the fungus stuff. Don't mistake that for the styrofoam. Cause the white mushrooms are all over the place out here. A lot of progress. I had no idea I was making it this far. Cause I'm always looking down. We're going to take a little walk up this old logging road real quick. Well, basically also see how far the garbage goes back, you know. Let's hope it doesn't go back too far. You're going to say, look for other things, man. I know this place is probably widely used by ATVs and dirt bikes. Maybe. Got some old school white oaks up in here, at least 100 years old. There's nothing like making it to places and just constantly saying, what a beautiful place. We should be saying that all the time. I just wish I had more free time. Seems like half the summer, every time I've gone out, I just ended up cleaning. This one's at least 135, maybe 150, guys. Look at this one. Dang. Welcome to heaven. Boy. Look at the size of the waistline on this one. Yeah, she's about 135 maybe. She's got a family member right next to her that's at least 120. So this is what it was like a long time ago before they cut down all the trees. Let's hope they don't have them on a schedule. Let's hope they allowed them to stay. Not a sound. Not even a bird out here. What the heck is going on out here? All it is just the light. Oh, perfect spot for the bottle. Right there. Hope they approve of this little offering. Hold on to it for a few hundred years, because it is a nice one. Who knows how many giant trees of life are up in here? How did that get up here? Probably the old hunting days. I gotta get that out of here. Who knows? Maybe the deer carried it up here. They like to carry plastic bottles too. Which had me thinking about that a long time ago. Every time I would come across a bottle just sitting up in the woods like this, in a beautiful spot, similar to what you're looking at, and I would question why does stuff like that end up in places like this. It's rare to have people like us exploring through the woods from point A to point B and everything else in between. And I kept asking that question to myself. It's almost like the deer have a hand in playing the game with us. They know someone's always out looking and always out exploring in deep forest, going deep out into places like this, just trying to cut across the landscape to see different things, lovely things, for what it is. And they drop little tokens, like beacons, because they know someone's out to pick it up. And it leads us out. I'll grab those puzzle pieces in a second. Let me go ahead and do my thing. Can't bury it though. It's got the life in there. We'll just have to leave it on the surface. On second thought, let me just gently place it up here. Many lovely places to explore later when I come back. just went through the shoe. Good thing I didn't kick it. It would never have been found if I didn't step on this thing. It went through the heel of the shoe. And it is sharp. And it's camouflaged like you would never believe. It's stuck up in there too. No telling what that is. Could be an old school plow. This could have been the old home site right here. Over here, don't ask me how I saw it, but over here I found a real tiny piece of a mason jar lid. You know, like the white glass. A little tiny piece up here. Ain't nothing like making discoveries. Too bad I had to step on and put a hole in the shoe. That would have hurt if you kicked that thing. Even if you had flip-flops, it would have hurt like you would never believe. What else is out here? Ain't no time to look. Gotta get back to cleaning. Surprised we haven't come across the old school pine or cedar fence post with the barbed wire fences, you know. That might be deeper up in the woods. It's not like you can really get lost out here. I mean, right up here is going to be that little side road to the Georgia National Cemetery. I saw a clearing in the trees when I was up on this hill earlier. Good find for the day. What the heck, man? That is high. And we're going to be grabbing it. Now that's a big heavy bag right there. Filled up to the top. Look how big this thing is. I mean, look at the scale of the grippers compared to the size of this thing right here. Dang. Spotless up here. Had to leave a couple bottles, you know. But everything is cleaned up except for down here. 45 minutes again. Still stuck. Well, I'm making progress though. I know you're wondering what's taking so long. You already know. Just like I told you yesterday. Something slows us down, right? But I have to get every little piece. Mother Nature said so. Let's just say this is one of those things that if you dropped it, you would have quit life. Or if the wind came by and blew it all around, you would give up. Imagine if I had $1 for each one of these. Even better, what if I had $10 for each one of these things? Boy. When am I ever going to get paid? Reference picture. Man, look, we just made art, just like nature does. You know where it goes. Could you imagine what it's going to look like when you empty out the container? Like I said, every single piece. Oh crap. Guys, check out these blades right here. Dang. How sharp can you make a blade anyway? Boy. Talk about some spear tips. Would you check that out? Dang. Both of them. Man. What a great, perfect find. Ain't nothing like cleaning heaven. I'm going to consolidate this bag. Kind of split it in half, put one between the legs, make it easier on us. Because that's not going to fit in the bag. Plus, I got the bucket that I got to get out of the river behind us. Wild. Get a load of this. You'll never believe it. I found this one last night on the other side of the hill over here. It's one of the last things that I collected. And over here, inside of that tire, I found this. What you know about that? I don't know. I don't know if this is going to fly. Don't laugh. You guys crazy. Man, let me take some more reference pictures. That thing is stacked sky high. At least the stuff on the top layer is not going to be too heavy, I mean, seriously. Man, I had to figure out something. I'm not about to make 2 trips for a small bag. Well, okay, you want to know the truth. Well, I had to do it like this. So the bottom one on the left right here, it's got all the glass in it. The one that weighs equal to that one. It's shorter. And this one's bigger. Look at that thing, at least it's not hanging off the edge. Boy. Looking all crazy out here, trying to clean heaven. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You should know that by now. Man. But here's the issue. I needed some tension within the strap to support these things. You see what I mean? So when I had the first 2 on there, the strap had too much slack in it. I'll wrap it around this thing here, loop it through, and then on the seat strap right here. You see what I mean? That's where the tension comes into play. You're going to say, get some bungee cords, man. No, bungee cords for stuff that's heavy. I mean, every single fluctuation would cause a bungee cord to stretch even more, so these things can get loose. That's why you need a strap like a leash or something like that. Like the ratchet ones. Maybe I need to invest in something like that. Maybe I need to get my butt a boat. I hope this thing works. I mean, look how much it's leaning. Look how much that thing is leaning right there. If I gotta make it back safely, guys. There's no two trips in this thing. Why is it leaning? It's balanced. Imagine what it's gonna be like when I get in this thing. Look, even the bucket's about to tip over. Man, let me go ahead and go. I'm just gonna have to take my time. Every stroke matters. Every stroke counts. At least I don't have two chairs on the back. But this is just as crazy. Well, that's a little more level. That's better. I just hope there's no large family boats that are going to zoom by. Those waves just might topple us. At least I'm close to the boat ramp. Got to get past the bridge first. I hope that you're proud of me. I do my best every time I come out to clean. Looks like they have a smile on. That's what I'm talking about. Making heaven happy. Mother and Father Nature. Here we go. That right there, ladies and gentlemen, is going to take a while. I'd say at least 25, 30 minutes. I mean, I can't carry him up the hill. You guys crazy with that. That thing just took them 23 minutes. Not quite 30, but 23 is good enough. What should I say about that? It gave me some kind of break. You're going to say, Da Vinci, you better get back to the boat ramp before someone else beats you. You're going to wait another 25 minutes. I'm trying. This heavy load, man, it takes a while to get going. It's like a tractor trailer. You're right. Still waiting. 4 cars just pulled in. There's a queue of jet skis waiting. I'm going back to carry him up the hill. Screw this. Well, this is the best I'm going to be able to do. Get these heavy 8 bags up this big incline right here, man. It's been a challenge all day. I'm not waiting an hour for the boat ramp, and another boat just pulled in, so they're waiting to get in. 3 cars waiting with dual jet skis, and somebody waiting at the boat ramp to get their boat in. I mean, get out of the water. But there's another reason I didn't want to go this route right here. There's 2 vehicles right next to the garbage can, and they're just sitting in there. And they just, I can't tell if they're leaving or just getting here. I think they're getting out of the vehicle. I think they're about to come down here so they can claim their spot. Thinking I'm going to be fishing or something. Back to work. Which one do you want? Anyone that's going to give us the most bags. I got to make it up to 6 one way or another. But something's blowing this way. I can hear the booms. But that's not the only one. Get a load of this. That's the one I'm talking about. Right here. It's been a while since I've seen a sky that dark. It's been about 3 weeks. No matter, I'm still going to try to clean. Let me go ahead and take some heavenly reference pictures because that is heavenly.
I can't even imagine the hell that's in this place. Right across from the boat ramp. I think I've been over here one time when the waters were much higher. It was just too much to try to walk in with all the sticks and debris. Let's hope we can get a bag or two. Well, dang. I totally forgot that it was up on the hill, too. Crap. There's like 10 things up here. And there's probably going to be a heck of a lot more. No time to waste, got to get going. Because this place might be loaded down. Look, we have a bird's eye view of the damage. It doesn't look too bad. It depends on how many styrofoam pieces are out. Looks like I might get a bag or two in here. But we have pushback, which is exactly what I want to see. A little tiny tributary that pushes the bottles back. So there's probably not going to be much of anything up here. I mean, look at the incline on both sides. I see a couple things though I got to go get. Who knows how far it could back up. The waters like to get high out here. But not that high. But check this out. We got another one right here we're about to save. Another great addition to the collection. Who's this? They need to be saved out here. They got it face down. Oh, it's a cat thingy. That's cool. Add it to the pocket. I'll tell you what, without the styrofoam, I could probably blow through this thing in less than an hour. But with the styrofoam, I can't even imagine how long it's going to take, because I see a crap load already. Wow. That's all I got to say is wow. A lot more than I anticipated up in here. There was like 7 bottles right here. A crap load of styrofoam. Turns out the waters do back up this far. At least we are getting it. And there's a few things on that incline right here too. Dang. Oh yeah. This place definitely needs it. What a mess. Dang. Check out this heavenly spot. Man. What a gorgeous place. Never made it this far before, because I was always on the kayak. Imagine what it would have been like if I was here first. Well, they would have put me into a chill mode and not a work mode. Ain't nothing like cleaning heaven. Boy. That took forever. There went an hour. And I'm not even done in this zone. Look what we get to get by hand, because I can't get it out with the grippers. Oh, dang. Not fair, man. Not fair. You already see it right there. Hey, you almost got it in the bag. Another one of these little dipping things. You can't even see it. It's almost like I'm looking for artifacts and I can see everything. Boy. What a shame. I mean, I know I'm doing good. I'm doing fine. It's just what I ended up completing. And something else that also needs to be completed. Because it's nowhere near done. That sucks. But what is it? I just spent an hour up here. I haven't cleaned the main spot. And I filled an entire bag. That thing weighs like 75 pounds. Another heavy one. That thing is filled to the top again. A lot of big things. Plant that back. Da Vinci style. That's another piece of styrofoam, go figure. It's like the 900th one out here. Just up here alone. Man. Who knew that all this crap was going to be up here? I guess I did. At least we got it all. Every tiny piece. And I haven't even gotten started. Boy. That's next. 7 o'clock. I can at least attempt to get one more bag. Got about an hour and 25 minutes before it gets almost complete dark out here. Hey, check this out. Look what I just found. I know this is taking forever. 7:25. There's no way I can pick up all this in an hour. You guys crazy. Plus I have to keep my balance. And I sink every time I get in the soil and stuff. But there's no way. But check this thing out. I'm going to add this to my studio. My collection. I can't tell if this is a model of a kayak or a boat. Maybe it's a sailboat. But it looks like my kayak. Oh, it is a kayak. Would you look at that? And it's the same color as mine. Even at the top with all the mud. Adding this thing to the studio. But I'm going to clean it up a little bit. It matches my kayak perfectly. How weird. But Da Vinci style. Thanks for life. Welcome to 8:20 on a Sunday night. What an epic day. You talk about some serious Da Vinci style. Epic. Every single bottle and large piece of garbage out here. On the brink of darkness. Quite an accomplishment. Dang. Maybe a few pieces of styrofoam I had to leave because they got life growing on them. Some of the life out here is attaching to some of the styrofoam out here, so I decided to leave it. What a day. How could I even pull this thing off in less than an hour? Man, what the heck do I get myself into? Clean in heaven. It's exactly what I get myself into. Three bags to get across the river. Let's hope I can make it one trip, you know? If I gotta make it two, so be it. These things weigh a ton. And they're humongous. Which one's gonna go between the legs? I have no idea. Where the heck is that gonna go? Met the quota. 6 bags, 45 gallons each. So glad I can come out and make it. One down, 2 left to go on the other side of the river. I mean, not the other side of the river, this side of the river. On the other side of the boat ramp. Let me go ahead and get across the river before it gets completely black out here. I know you said don't forget your model kayak, the one that they helped you find, that matches yours. Strange. And I put it through the same, stress. Would you look at that? Go figure. Let me go ahead and stack this stuff up. It's going to be a crazy trip across the river. Ain't nothing like cleaning heaven. Dang, this thing's heavy. And it's so bulky, I only have room to put the legs. They're just dangling on the side, on both sides. Look, I got the bottle of water in between my legs. Am I going to paddle with this thing here? Oh, dang. How the heck is one going to paddle? Oh, dang. I gotta make it to the other side of the river. And there's 2 kayakers already making their way back to the boat ramp. Yeah, I'm burned out, I'm tired. And this load behind me, you talk about being heavy. There's probably 250 pounds of weight back there. Every little move that I make, it feels like it's about to topple over. Let's hope no boats come, because I don't have a light. And I gotta make it all the way across. This is gonna be adventurous. It's gonna be crazy. If you see a boat coming full speed, please let me know. There's a boat under the bridge. I can see the light. Let's hope it doesn't start up anytime soon. Oops, I'm tipping. Wish me luck in this one. Welcome to heaven. Heck yeah, welcome to heaven. Time to celebrate. Ain't nothing like cleaning it either. Let me go ahead and get this trash out of heaven. Da Vinci style. Contractor bags full of glass suck. For real, they do. That's what you get when you clean heaven. Hope you enjoyed the video. But you gotta remember, we're never done. After working all weekend, I gotta get ready to go to work tomorrow. See you later. 6 heavy bags. What you know about that? Ain't nothing like cleaning heaven. Can barely even lift it. Janitor of heaven. See you in the next video.